from Puppet. Welcome back to my daily tutorials. Remember the daily now? So to see more, click subscribe and click the little bell button next to it to get notified whenever I upload a new video. This one is how to draw Mario. He's a bit hipster, he's a bit tattooed, he's a bit funky, so yeah, enjoy. Right people, couldn't resist how to draw my favourite little plumber. He's going to be covered in tattoos, he's going to be super cool. So here we go, here's Mario. I'm going to start off with an oval shape. This is going to be for his head. Always best start off with the head. I'm going to do a line going across the face and a line coming down, just to get the idea of where he's going to be looking at. A big circle in the middle is going to be his nose, and a circle towards the end of that line that's going to be his ear. We're going to bring a big oval, nice and curved across that top, and a little circle at the back, and just curve around it. It's going to be the top of his hat, you know, so nice, easy to structure it. You've got this curved line coming across, cutting through the circle. That's going to be the top flap of his, flap of his cap, and just bring that little top line down to curve onto that one. They're going to bring in the base for his body now. This is kind of like his spine, so a little dot there from where his neck would be, although you never see it. Curve down, that's roughly about where his pelvis is. So going to draw a big circle around it. You know, you've got to put his belly in there. You know, it's iconic of him. 2 lines down for his legs. A little line across here, you know, for his shoulders. You know, it's just going to give a position of where they would be, so when you're drawing it, you kind of get a sense of where everything is. I'm going to bring in these curved lines, and this is going to be his arms. You know, I break into 2 little sections. So the first stop's his elbow, the other one's where his hand's going to be. So it's going to have his arms kind of crossed. 2 little circles there, just where his hands are, just got an idea of what the hands are going to be. And a little curved line just coming down to a circle, just to kind of show where his shoulder is. Now we're going to bring in these big circle shapes with the big boxes above. It's going to be for his feet. Make sure they're fairly large, you know, he has big shoes on them. And I'm going to bring the eyes, so we're going to do the 2 ovals, so the one in front and the one's going to sit behind that circle, and a little line just cutting through the bottom of it. You know, it's got that little base that it sits off. The next curved line of the hat, that just finishes it off where it sort of touches his forehead. And then we bring his eyebrows. His eyebrows are really simple. They're basically like little crescent moon shapes. So they just curve around the top of those eyes. Now it's going to bring in the detail inside his eyes. It's going to have 3 little circles. So one fairly sized one smaller one, and one tiny little highlight one inside. Going to do a little line now just for his hairline as well on the side. So it's a little curve and it curves around. His moustache, we're going to start with a big crescent shape that's going to fit behind that nose. And we're going to come quite close to his eye as well. And now for the bottom bit, we're just going to create semicircle sort of shapes, curving all the way around. A little line detail just for the corner of his mouth, and just on the chin bit, just create a little bit of a chin. So you can really see Mario's face coming out now. You know, I just love this guy, he's so good. So I'm going to start off out in the arms now. I'm going to build like this sausage shape coming around his arm. Just kind of poke it out so you can know where it is sitting. Another little sausage shape just come around the forearm. So it's just poking it out so you can kind of get the direction and you kind of get the width. You know, the line was like the exoskeleton, and now this is kind of poking it out. Now you're not going to see too much of this hand, so I'm going to bring in 2 curved lines and a curve around the top of that. Going to put his fingers, so I'm going to start simply just putting the sausage shapes, just curving around so as if he's holding it onto that arm. So bring a 3, and the last one's going to be pointing up. It's a very typical classic Mario pose. So we're going to bring another curve here, come around that other arm. So just to hint at the elbow bit, and a little curve just at the top where you kind of see the rest of the arm. So I'm bringing these dungarees now. Now I'm making a bit hipster, so I'm getting them sort of dungaree shorts rather than legs. So I'm going to cut it off a little bit short, come around the back and just define it around his gut a little bit. That little curved line just where the groin would be, and just curve down around that to create the other shorts. Bring a little curve at the top as well, just where the dungarees would cut in on the side bit, just underneath the arm. Now just bringing 2 lines on for the legs. Remember, these are much thinner than what the trousers are. The trousers are much wider than his legs would be. And just define a shape now around the boot. So we're going to go around it and just create a little loop around the bottom, just to create the bottom of the boot. Similar on the other side now, so we're just following that shape around, and you create two little loops just to create like the front part of the base of the shoe, the sole, and back on the back heel part. So you see it's really come together now. So I'm going to get the typical Mario sign now. It's going to go on top, right on top of the floor a bit. So the big circle and a big M on it. A little squiggle just for the back of the hair, and a bit of inside line of detail for the ear. So a simple curve and a curve outwards. And now we've got that. Just go over it in pen. Get like a nice good line. I'll go over the whole thing. You know, I like to have 2 line weights, so one thicker, one thinner. You know, most of it, you're doing a thicker line, and the other little detail bit is just in a thinner line. So little detail bits in these clothes and stuff. And now we're going to sort of chuck in the colour. So I'm going to start off with the base colour. You know, typical Mario. We want red in the hat, red in the top, and like a blue in the dungarees. Now I made the blue a bit duller than it normally is, you know, because I wanted to look a bit more hipster. I don't want to be too bold. The skin tone, so we're going to get a nice flesh tone to begin with. That's just going to fit inside all those inside parts. And the hair, eyes, the hair, moustache, hair, boots, all nice kind of brown tone. And once you've got this base layer in, we're going to start with the shading. So on the head spot, on his forehead bit, so we're going to get a line coming across from the hat to create a really sort of dominant sort of shadow underneath the cheek, underneath the nose. And after this, just on that line we've done underneath the mouth, just leave a little gap and a little highlight, a little dark bit just underneath to create a bottom lip, a little bit of shadow underneath the moustache and a bit in the ear. The highlights are quite simple. You want a little bit of highlight, a little dot just on the chin, a bit on the cheek, around the ears, and just a tiny bit just across the mouth and the inside part of the eye. And you want a little bit of shadow on the other side of the eye as well. So on the other side, you just want a little bit of shadow just calming around that. His lower arms and legs, you want a bit of shadow across the bottom parts, and a little shadow just underneath his shorts. Now on his belly, on the jeans, on the dungarees, we're going to get a shadow coming directly across from the arm, where you get a shadow of the arm, and a bit on the outside and the inside the leg. So you've got a little highlight bit just coming up through the centre part of the clothing. So it really bolds it out. Next we're going to get his gloves. So I want a bit of grey around the outside, and on the fingers that we can see, just follow the curve of it on the inside part, except for the last one, we're going to get a little shadow on the outside, because the light's coming predominantly from that left side across. So you see, he's really starting to come together now. Now I'm going to get the detail on his boots, so I'm going to put like darker brown all around the edges, and a light brown tone just on the inside part, and a little strip just on the base, just by the top part of the foot. So once you've got those highlights done, we're then going to move on to the hair bits. So on a little highlight in the hair, so a little shadow just on the top, the bottom parts of it, and a little highlight streak just through the middle of the moustache, tiny bit on the back of the ear, like a tiny bit of hair behind the ear, and a little bit on the sideburn. Now that's pretty much it for the hair. You know, you don't want to go too complicated, but you want to kind of feel bold and rounded sort of shaped. So now we're going to go on to the hat. So the hat, you're going to have that dark piece just underneath the cap, a little bit just over the edge of the cap. I'm going to put the Mario sign as well, so bold DM in and a little bit of grey on the outside. For the top of the hat, it's literally just dark on the front bit and a little dark bit of reds just coming from the back. Now his sleeve on the shoulder, it's just going to be black coming from the back and a little bit just underneath the flap. Now we've got the shadows in, I'm going to start bringing these tattoos. So I'm going to make these Mario-related, so he's going to have Peach written on the forearm there, on the back, a little Mario star on the cheek. You know, it's going to have a shell on the elbow, a typical Mario flower, you know, a mushroom on his cheek, you know, a bomb, and the other kind of bomb on the legs. You know, so it's all like really kind of classic Mario-inspired tattoos. You know, you can pick which ones you want. You know, just find the kind of ones you like. You know, I mean, there's so much material with Mario, you just put whichever kind of ones you want on there. Now I'm going to throw in a nice bit of background here. So a big, massive, typical Mario star, a nice bold yellow, and I'm going to put a bit of sort of warmer dark yellow just around the corners, and a bit of shadow just underneath his feet, just to kind of finish him off, you know. Set them in place. And yeah, there we have it. That is a really cool tattooed up hipster Mario. You know, one of the all-time classics, you know, one of the all-time greats, you know. Mario will live on forever. You know, he's amazing, he's brilliant. I'll always love him. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to see more like this, let me know. Put in the comments, you know, I'd love to do more like this. You know, I know it's not my usual thing, but yeah, let me know if you enjoyed it. I am the Raccoon Puppet people, and I'll see you next time. Peace.